Hello friends. So in this today's video, we are going to see how can we start and stop the EC2 instance using the Lambda function on a specific time. So this is the my EC2 instance. So I'm going to implement the Lambda function on this EC2 instance so that with the help of Lambda function, we can automatically start and stop this server using the Lambda function. So for this today's demonstration, I'm going to follow the AWS documentation. So I will give you this documentation link in the description. So this is the AWS official document of official AWS support member have uploaded this documentation. So let's see. So here we have in the description section they have given the number of steps that we are going to follow during this demonstration. So first they have mentioned that we need to create an IAM policy and IAM role for the Lambda function. In the second step, we are going to create an Lambda function to start and stop the EC2 instance. Then we will test that Lambda function, and by using the Cloudwatch Event Bridge rules, we are going to schedule a cron job. With the help of cron job, we can start the EC2 instance on a specific time. Like for example, we will start this instance in 7 a.m. morning, and after that on the at 7 p.m. we can stop that server using the automatic process using cron event bridge. So let's so in the first step they have mentioned that the create an IAM policy and IAM role for your Lambda function. So first we will create an IAM policy. So now I am in the IAM console. So in the navigation panel you need to click on the policies button option and then click on create policy and copy this entire policy mentioned in this document. So here we have choose that JSON option and paste the entire policy that recently we have copied. So first understand what this policy exactly does. So in the first statement, first condition is effect allow, means we are allowing the creating log group, then creating log stream, and the putting the log events on the log group. So this is the first condition, so that Lambda function is able to create its own log group, then log stream, and able to put the Lambda logs to the CloudWatch console. The second statement, what we are doing, we are giving the Lambda function to start and stop the EC2 instance permission. So in the resources section, we have allowed the all servers which is present in AWS account. If you want to add the specific resource, then you can add that EC2 instance ID here. So or you can directly give the EC2 full access or CloudWatch full access, but that's not a standard practice. So always follow those best practices in a production environment. So click on the next. Name your policy. So I'm going to give the name as a EC2 stop policy. And just click on the create policy option. So like we have completed the first step, policy creation, then second step is create an IAM role. So above the policy section, we have a roles option. So click on a create role. Click on a create role, then click on the next option. Here you need to select the service as a Lambda function and then click on the next, and choose the policy that we have recently created, EC2 start and stop for EC, and click on the next option and give the role name. So I'm giving the EC2 stop role. Click on create role option. So now we second step also we have completed. So third step is the create lambda function for you that helps that used to stop and start your EC2 instance. So navigate to the lambda console. So search for lambda and open it a new tab. Click on a create function option. Then enter your lambda function name, which is so basically we are going to create a two lambda function, one for a stop EC2 instance and another for the start EC2 instance. So first we will create a stop EC2 instance lambda function. Choose author from scratch option, then stop EC2 instance. Then as a runtime, here mentioned in the document is a Python 3.9. And in the change default execution rule, you need to select and use an existing role that we have recently created. So which is a EC2 start stop role, and click on the create function option. So we have completed the lambda function creation step. Now we are going to add a code in the lambda function. So this is the code which is used for an stop the EC2 instance. So scroll down. So here you will get this paste option to paste your code. So I have pasted this code here in this code section. So now you need to copy your EC2 instance ID and you need to paste that EC2 instance ID here. So we have like a region, then you need to change your region. So I'm in the North Virginia region, so the region is US is 1. So according to your server location, you can choose your region. US is 1. Then add your EC instance ID. So I have only one instance, so I have added here. If you have multiple, then give a comma and then add another server. So this is the Python code which is used for an stop the EC2 instance. So now you need to click on a deploy option. So here in the click on the drop down button and click on the configure test event. So here give the name to your event. So I am giving the EC2 stop instance. And click on the save option. And now let me check this documentation. So here in the 8th step, they have mentioned that set the timeout to the 10-second. So in the configuration tab, in the general setting, we have like a current timeout is 3 seconds. So they have mentioned to change this timeout to the 10 second. So So I have changed this timeout to the 10 second. We changed this timeout because this EC2 instance takes time to stop the, for example, it takes sometimes 10 to 15, 5 to 10 seconds to stop the server. So that's why we increased the Lambda execution time to 3 seconds to the 10 second. So again, come to the code section and we will test this uh, stop EC2 instance. So then click on the only test option. So in the function logs, it's showing that the stopped your EC2 instance and the ID here is mentioned. So let me check in my EC2 instance. So here you can check the instance state has been changed to the stopping. So we have successfully configured our Lambda for the stopping. So in the same way, we are going to create a start EC2 instance. So again, go back and click on the create function. Name your function like start EC2 instance. So again, the runtime is Python 3.9 as per the mentioned in the document. Then choose your use existing role, then your role that we have created. EC2 start and stop role and click on the create function. So for the starting the EC2 instance, we have like a different code. So copy the code from the document and paste it here. Sorry, I have paste it here and change your instance ID, your region in the code. So change this instance ID, then change your region. So I'm in a East 1 region. Again, click on the deploy option. Then again, same way, click on drop down, then configure your test event. So I'm giving the name is EC2 start event and click on the save option. So in the same way, we change the Lambda execution timeout from 3 seconds to the 10 seconds and click on save. And now we will test the start EC2 instance Lambda function. So in the logs, it's showing that the started your EC2 instance and mentioned the EC2 instance ID. So let me refresh. So here you can check that our server status has been changed to the pending state. So means starting process has been, so our Lambda function is working successfully. So we have successfully stopped our EC2 instance by using Lambda function. In the same way, we have executed implemented the start EC2 instance function, and both are working fine. So our the main important part is adding an cron job to this Lambda function, so it will run on a specific time automatically. So here you will see this trigger option. So click on the add trigger option, and in the sources you need to select an Amazon event bridge. So cloud event bridge option, then select the option create a new rule. So I'm giving like a name as a morning start server. So here is the link. You can check how can you set up the cron expression in the AWS event bridge. It is kind of like a different from our Linux server. So here we'll get an all the information related to the setting up an event bridge rule by using the cron. So this is the document for setting up in the cron on a lambda function. So I already know here in the mentioned by the then the first. So this is the topics cron expression represent. So these are the cron fields. So first come the minute, then hour, then day of the month, then month, and the day of the week. So here you will get then all information related to the crons. So I'm going to start the server in the 7 a.m. in the morning. This question mark means every day. This star means every. This question mark means here we'll check minutes, hours, then day of the month, and then come the day of a week. So I'm going Monday to Friday, and again the star. The last star is for the every year. So click on the add. So now we have successfully added an event bridge trigger to our start EC2 instance. In the same way, you can add the trigger to your stop the EC2 instance. So click on add trigger, then select sources, then event bridge, create a new rule, giving the rule name as a evening stop server. The same way, you can use the cron, then bracket, then a minute, then a hour, then comes the day of the month, then day of the week, and asterisk for the year. And so this will run, I think, 5 p.m. daily, and click on the add button. If you want to check these triggers for the next 10 triggers when it will be triggered, so you need to visit the Cloudwatch console. Let me show where you will get this role information. So now I am the Cloudwatch console. So here in the left hand side you will see the event option. Under the event option there is option for the rules. So you will see the both rules that we have recently created: morning start server and evening stop server. So here you have like a next 10 trigger jet. So if you have any doubts on your crowns, it is correctly configured. So you can check the next 10 days of your crown function. So you will get a better clarity on when will that lambda function will run. So this is the all related to the. You can also go for a local time zone. So here we will see the all information related to the rules, means your cron job. So that's all for the today's video. We have successfully implemented the lambda function for automatically start and stop the EC2 server. So if you have any doubts, queries, so let me in the comment section, and thank you for the watching the video. and always follow the AWS documentation like this. This is always better than uh, because AWS documentation is always updated and followed by the best practices. So always first understand the documentation and then start the implementation. Thank you for the watching the video.